Hello, everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we got news a day ago, an hour ago. It's always old news, new news. It depends on when you hear about it. But we got news. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, U.S. representative from California, has endorsed Joe Biden, and she is getting ripped up for it by progressives from the left. Joe Biden isn't really the popular guy, most popular guy, and I feel, and this seeing the progressives go after him is going to probably show and see how possible it is for him to get reelected. Yeah, sure, he may win the primary. I probably think he's going to win the primary, might wipe out Kennedy. I'm sure Kennedy's not going to get the nomination. But let's be honest here. Um, Progressives do not like him. As you see, we have multiple posts. Fox News shining light on the fact that the progressives from the Democratic Party are literally tearing Representative Ocasio-Cortez apart for this. Ocasio-Cortez, to run into her defense, didn't really have a choice. Democrats have nobody in this whole race. And this is how it was for Republicans. Actually, not true. Republicans had Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the president, though, so everyone was going to go and back Donald Trump. Everyone felt entitled; they had to go and support Trump. But there's Bill Weld, okay, former governor of Massachusetts, big rhino, who's the rhinos and liberal Republicans and Cheney Republicans are going to go and support Weld, while more Republican hardliners are going to go and support Trump, regardless of what they think about him. So, this is the same case in this election. Joe Biden is the only big guy in this whole race. I do not consider Marianne Williamson to be a big one. And I think she should be. Like, seriously, I do not. How is she even running this race? Kennedy is a big guy. Kennedy's doing pretty well. I think Kennedy is the only guy who's capable. But even Biden himself is probably going to squash Kennedy. That's undeniable. So, that being said, we have the 2024 presidential campaign primary endorsements here. We got endorsements from executive officials, U.S. senators. President Barack Obama has endorsed Biden. Of course, Kamala Harris is running with him. Pete Buttigieg, U.S. Secretary of Transportation, a part of the Biden administration, also endorsed. The former cabinet level officials, Hillary Clinton, Tom Perez, and Hilda Salas, also endorsed Biden. U.S. ambassadors such as Caroline Kennedy, Joe Kennedy III, and Victoria Reggie Kennedy. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of Kennedys. The three Kennedys endorsed Biden for re-election for U.S. ambassadors for the primaries. James Comey, U.S. senators here. Okay, you look at this huge list of U.S. senators that endorse Biden. All right, then we have got a lot of names here: Michael Bennet, Richard Blumenthal, Corey. Okay, we'll just go through the states. U.S. senators, by the way: Michael Bennet from Colorado, Richard Blumenthal from Connecticut, Cory Booker from New Jersey, Sherrod Brown from Ohio, Tom Carper from Delaware, Chris Coons from Delaware, Tammy Duckworth from Illinois, Kirsten Gillibrand from New York, Maggie Hassan from New Hampshire, John Hickenlooper from Colorado, Tim Kaine from Virginia, Amy Klobuchar from Minnesota, Ed Markey from Massachusetts, Jeff Merkley from Oregon, Chris Murphy from Connecticut, Patty Murray from Washington, Alex Padilla from California, Jack Reed from Rhode Island, Bernie Sanders from Vermont, Chuck Schumer from New York, Jeanne Shaheen from Janie, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Jeannie Shaheen from New Hampshire. Tina Smith from Minnesota. Tom Tester from Montana. Raphael Warnock from Georgia. Elizabeth Warren from Massachusetts. And Sheldon Whitehouse from Rhode Island. So we got a huge handful of U.S. senators already endorsing Biden. I like to see the Kennedy endorsements. Now, here's a huge, long list. Well, actually, not. It's not. It's probably a little bit longer. AOC should be on this list, but here is the Biden endorsements from our current U.S. House representatives. We get representatives from Alma Adams from North Carolina, Pete Aguilar from California, Colin Allred from Texas, Joyce Betty from Ohio, Amy Barra from California, Lisa Blunt Rochester from Delaware, Jamal Bowman from New York, Brendan Boyle from Pennsylvania, Chantel Brown from Ohio, Nikki Budzinski from Illinois, Matt Cartwright from Pennsylvania, Greg Casar from Texas, Joaquin Castro from Texas, Sheila Churchfilis McCormick from Florida, Jim Cyborn from South Carolina, Steve Cohen from Tennessee, Joe Courtney from Connecticut, Angie Craig from Minnesota, Jasmine Crockett from Texas, Jason Crow from Colorado, Henry Cooler from Texas, Diana, I think it's Deanna DeGetti from Colorado, Veronica Escobar from Texas, Lizzie Fletcher from Texas, Valerie Flauschi from North Carolina, Maxwell Frost from Florida, Robert Garcia from California, Sylvia Garcia from Texas, Al Green from Texas, Chrissy Holalen from Pennsylvania, Sheila Jackson Lee from Texas, Sarah Jacobs of California, Pramila Jayapal from Washington, Marcy Kaptur from Ohio, Ro Khanna from California, Dan Kildee from Michigan, Annie Custer from New Hampshire, Jennifer McClellan from Virginia, Grace Meng from New York, Seth Moulton from Massachusetts, Joe Nickus from Colorado, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, just today or yesterday, from New York, Ilhan Omar from Minnesota, Nancy Pelosi, big surprise, from California, Mary Peltola from Alaska. Okay, I thought AL meant Alabama, but of course Peltola. She's more of a moderate though, so I'm a bit surprised. Brittany Pedersen, Katie Porter, Delia Ramirez, Deborah Ross, Pat Ryan, Darren Soto, Eric Swalwell, Dinah Titus, Lauren Underwood. Oh yeah, I forgot to say the states, but that's fine. Mark Vesey from Texas, Debbie Wasserman Schultz from Florida, Susan Weld from Pennsylvania, Nikema Williams from Georgia. Here's our former representatives. Here, David Silkine from Rhode Island, Val Demings from Florida, Patrick J. Kennedy from Rhode Island, Ron Kine from Wisconsin, Larry Lecrocco from Idaho, Carolyn Meloni from New York, Ed Perlmutter from Colorado, and Thomas Suzy from New York. So I could go on and on and on these endorsements, but just to really get to you guys' heads, AOC is obviously not the first one to endorse Biden. And I could go on and on this. Yeah, this is only the primary. And I mean, Ocasio-Cortez has no choice. Otherwise, she has to endorse Kennedy, who is way more conservative. And I can guarantee you, Kennedy and Ocasio-Cortez do not go well at all. They do not match well. So I am not surprised at all. And Marianne Williamson is way down there, way too low, way too unpopular. Who knows who Williamson is? So anyway, what do you guys think of this? So anyway, just let the progressives bang her. Just whack her over and over. I mean, it's really uncontrollable. So anyway, thank you all for watching. See you guys in the next political episode.